All right. I'm going to try to reason, if I can, if you will allow me, to my fellow entertainers out there, creators, people that are in the entertainment fields. I need you guys to understand a little something, something here, okay? As you see with the rise of AI, the technological advancements, and the harsh reality has struck that for a lot of people, they saw you as a means to an end. You weren't the draw. You may have provided them with some sort of entertainment that they enjoyed and they appreciate you for it. But you see that largely there's a significant amount of people that are or have been looking to move on from you. Mystique has completely killed the star, the creator. People tell on themselves, social media, Instagram, the X's, the YouTubes, where folks basically tell large portions of their previous support group that they don't like them. Maybe it's because they view something socially that's different or view it differently. Maybe it's a political position that they have or they supported a candidate that they said they should not have. And it unfortunately has these guys taking it to social media to basically tell large portions of their own audience to screw themselves. What I want to say is this, and again, this is just me being honest with you guys here. It's a great opportunity to stop being a dickhead. You are at a cultural crossroads, okay? And I need you to understand that. You are now having to be faced with this reality that you, especially if you're independent, but not only, in order for you to eat, in order for you to be able to sustain the lifestyle that you live, it requires customers, it requires support from others. And a lot of people have gotten off in the mainstream, especially because there's a buffer. There's something that sits in between them, right? Because their relationship is with the employer, the publisher, the studio, whatever. And that's who's paying them. Maybe they get some kickbacks in a royalty or something. But for the most part, they're contracted, they do their service, and then they get paid. You can see that that's not going to be good enough anymore. Even the big companies are looking to get rid of you, looking to find ways to where they can employ you less, looking to find alternatives. The theme here of this segment, stop being a dickhead. This is what trips me out, that a lot of folks that are in the entertainment lack self-awareness. They are incapable of realizing that, guys, your industries are changing and it's happening fast. Okay? You cannot afford to walk around like your crap don't stink, as the old saying goes. You cannot afford to be disrespectful to people in your space, customers, especially. You can't afford to do that. It is going to cripple you going forward. And I get it. And I say this just with pure honesty here, okay? I've had the blessing of floating around multiple different entertainment industries, music, all that, okay? And I also have been in the YouTube space. Been there since I was 16. And as it got a little more corporatized and it really became, about the monetization and the advertisements and everything, engagement, obviously, is something that is hyper focused on. People are hyper fixated on. And therefore, it almost seems to encourage you to be a dickhead. What I'm here to say is, well, you probably got away with that for a while, but you can see that everybody's seeing diminishing returns on that now because folks aren't looking to entertainers to be entertained as much. And I'm not saying that just from the customer to entertainer or customer to product. I'm saying this from company that is subsidizing or funding the product to be put out there on the market. You see what's happening with AI and all these they're trying to get away from you. They're trying to have people build ways that they don't have to use you and your talent. You know what I mean? Tune in. But I don't say this as a black pill. I'm trying to tell people this because I want you to get your act right. Community is going to be more important than ever. And one of the ways that you can help yourself out is to not be a dickhead. One of the ways that you can help yourself out is to maybe be a little more personable, maybe be a little more cordial, maybe don't be so combative with the people that, I don't know, make this work. Because regardless, people have to put hands in their pockets, pull out wallets, and pay for your service or good or product or whatever you want to call it. And it does nothing but trip me out to see that there's still a bunch of folks that are out there doing entertainment, still getting out there and saying crap like, if you have certain politics, don't support my work. And I'm like, you don't see what's coming, do you? You don't understand fundamentally that the world that you grew up in, the world that you were chasing after, it's not a thing anymore. They don't care about your schooling, what prestigious university that you went to or school system that you grew up in. They don't care about that. They don't care about who co-signs you, previous creators and your peers in your space, the awards that you won. They don't care about that. That does nothing for them for the most part. They want to be maybe entertained. They want a little bit of escapism, but all that stuff they don't care about. And the reason why it accelerated was because there was just a significant portion of entertainers that thought it was a great idea to tell a bunch of customers to go screw themselves. And so people are like, well, wait a minute. You mean to tell me I've been buying these products, being represented by people that hate my guts? What am I doing? Oh, well, you mean to tell me that this studio is going to replace you? I don't care. That's the way they're thinking, but that's why. So I think there has to be a moment of reflection. I've gone through it. I see others need to go through it as well. When you start to look at the world for what it is, not what you want it to be, or not, especially not for what it was, and understand that adjustments are going to have to be made if you're going to last in the same industry that you existed in before. Take a step back. Understand what's at stake. Drop your ego to the side just a little bit. Be a little more personable. Be a little more appreciative of these loving customers that make this pop off. And maybe then you won't, maybe it's sustainability, but maybe it's growth. But I need these folks to understand, if you're in the creative industry, you cannot afford to be a dickhead. I'm just giving it to you straight.